Welcome to another episode of Best of America by Horseback. I'm your host, Dale Shields, along with my wife, Siobhan, and this week we're near Paola, Kansas, at the Hillsdale Lake at the Saddle Ridge Campground. Beautiful place. Tell them what they're going to experience here, Siobhan.
You're going to experience a beautiful campground, wonderful trails, nice and clean. They just put a brand new bathhouse in. They have done a lot of work.
It's a beautiful place. They've worked hard to make this place presentable and attractive for folks who come here with their horses. We're going to have a fun time. Sit back and watch Best of America by Horseback.
You're watching Best of America by Horseback.
On this week's show, we're taking you to the beautiful Hillsdale Lake near Paola, Kansas. We had an enthusiastic bunch of riders who came to enjoy the beauty of this part of the country, to be able to ride the trails that surround the lake, and enjoy a wonderful campground. Prior to our arrival, an extensive amount of work had been done at the park by the park's crew, by the backcountry horsemen of Kansas, and by a number of volunteers. This was already a beautiful lake and campground. However, those who regularly use this campground are continuously trying to improve the location to attract riders from all over.
What's so great about Saddle Ridge is it has so much to offer in such a small place. It's probably one of the closest equestrian trails to the Kansas City metro area. It's got over 30 miles of trails, and you can go deep into the woods, you can do flat, you can do hills. There's gorgeous scenery and trails along the lake. You know, if you want a slow and easy ride, you can do that for an hour, or if you want to just get your Yahoo on and just go out and all out, you know, they've got plenty of open trail to do that as well. Trails are on the east and the south and the west side of the lake. If you choose to ride all of them, it'll take a while. And you know, the Backcountry Horsemen of Kansas Saddle Ridge chapter does a pretty good job of maintaining those trails, making sure that the trees are picked up and everything's limbed up and that the trails are signed really well and that kind of thing.
To me, that people think that Kansas is just flat, but when they come to these lakes in Kansas, the trails are amazing and the scenery is so beautiful. These are great places to ride. Maybe hidden gems, if you will. But people need to come to Kansas and ride these places, ride Hillsdale. So close to the cities, all the amenities are here, a lot of things to do when you're finished riding your horse. So what makes the group that you work with so cohesive here, you think?
I think we're one of the few chapters in the state that you know, we still maintain monthly meetings because we've got so much going on. You know, social media is a great way to communicate these days, so we do have a public Facebook page, we've got messaging, we've got people that are still working full-time, and we have people that are retired, and so we'll trade off work days, that kind of thing. So we'll have people in their 40s all the way up to their 80s, you know, helping out in some way, and we do ongoing fundraising just to make sure that we still have the money to help out where we can help out.
Yep. Stephanie, you've been so instrumental in so much of the work that is done here, the maintenance and the promotion of this park. You've been such a big help in bringing us here to feature this location, and it really means a lot to us to watch your ambition and your passion for this place, and so we commend you for that, and so glad to be able to ride with you, spend time with you, and just enjoy this place together.
We've always enjoyed the relationship that Backcountry Horsemen of Kansas has had with Best of America by Horseback. Yeah. We do hope it continues and hope that new ideas and new ventures will spring from this someday. But as long as we get the word out about how great Kansas trails are, you know, we'll consider ourselves blessed.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We're happy to do that and proud to do that because these places are worth promoting. Yep, thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Saddle Ridge Campground is a favorite to many. It is beautifully kept and offers all the amenities needed. In addition to a very nice existing restroom, the park's officials have added a new modern restroom adjacent to the pavilion for easy access. There are dump sites for cleaning pens near the camp. There are pens and tie-up poles at each campsite, which are well maintained and safe for your horses. Following a good day's ride, you can wash your horse in a safe, pipe-framed wash stall. The pavilion is in a terrific setting, hosted between sycamore trees and some beautiful pear trees where there is shade most of the time. It is large enough to host a good number of people. When we return, we're going to be looking at more of the beautiful Hillsdale Lake and the trails that surround it. Stay with us and watch Best of America by Horseback.
Welcome back to Best of America by Horseback.
Dan, I've had so much enjoyment watching you out on the trail riding. This is the second time I believe that you've ridden with us.
Yes.
And it's just so enjoyable to watch you on your horse and enjoying the trails. Talk to us a little bit about the way you feel about when you're on a horse out there.
Well, I rode four-wheelers, and then on a horse, it's totally different. It's like you have power, but yet you don't have power. And you just got to be calm, be on the horse, and out in nature. And it's just an amazing feat that I never thought I'd ever do.
I know you haven't been riding all that long. You sat well in the saddle, and that's pretty neat to see that. I know you kind of got started because your wife loves to ride.
Yes.
And so she got you into this. That happens a lot, by the way. These wives drag us into these things, and it ends up being a good thing. But watching you just enjoy this, we're looking forward to getting to ride with you some more.
Well, I'm hoping to, and Lord willing, we can be at some more trail rides and just enjoy what God gives us daily, and just the trails, nature, everything that we're blessed with, and the new friends we meet is just amazing. That be a part of this. And you know, 5 years ago I never thought I would be here.
Yep.
And be riding and just enjoying the scenery, the views, the relaxation. And until you do it, you never know what you're missing.
Yeah, you have a really good communication with your horse. You can tell that when we're riding together. What's it feel like to you to be able to have that connection with him?
It's actually amazing because he knows what I'm feeling, and so I gotta keep myself calm to keep him calm, because if you get emotional, I know he gets emotional. So it's just amazing that we do have a connection, and I never thought I would have that with an animal.
Yep. Yep. What's your thoughts about Hillsdale Lake here?
I've never been here, but this place is beautiful. The trails are great, the scenery. Most of the trails were all had shade, and the views of the water and the ridges and everything was just amazing. And the facility for the trailers, the horses, you know, the horses have shade, and the water, everything is just an amazing place to come if you haven't been here at Hillsdale. And we talked about coming here several years ago. We drove through, but this is our first trail ride here at Hillsdale.
Well, it's a beautiful place, and we're sure glad that you guys came and joined us this weekend. And thank you for just being with us, encouraging us, and riding the trails with us.
Well, thank you, sir, and it's my pleasure, and the Lord tarries, we'll be on more.
Sounds good to me. Our evenings at Hillsdale Lake were beautiful, sitting under the shade of the huge cottonwood trees, listening to the cicadas, having fellowship together. All the folks were having a good time, laughing, eating, sharing stories from a good day's ride. And of course, a weekend with Best of America just wouldn't be complete without a pie judging contest. With everyone being eligible, Stephanie Huss from Backcountry Horseman was the winner of the pie contest. It was a beautiful, delicious apple pie. Our riders were delighted to have Bill and Jana Barkus from BE Saddle Pads on location to do saddle fitting for their horses.
Now when you cinch that front cinch down, did this saddle stay flat?
We enjoy watching our riders be educated in the most modern ways of keeping our horses safe and sound. Our friend and fellow rider Ken Sanderson lined up Dr. Jeff Thompson of Town & Country Equine and Pet Hospital of Lewisburg to come and talk to our group on Saturday night. But let's give him our attention this evening, and thank you for being here, Doc.
Hey, no problem. Yeah, so anyway, Ken kind of conned me into coming, and but I'm not sure. He knew how to play it because he goes to the girls first and tells them that I'm going to come do it. One of the things Ken had asked me to talk about a little bit was EIA. What is EIA?
Equine infectious anemia.
Very good. She gets a star. So, over there too. Okay. Equine infectious anemia. But we call it a Coggins test. Why do we call it a Coggins test?
That's the guy that developed it.
Very good. What was his first name?
I don't know, but he used crazy tankers like sources for it.
I was going to say, Leroy Coggins. It was a Dr. Leroy Coggins developed that test, so they call it a Coggins test. Equine infectious anemia. And a lot of people think that that's just something that us vets developed, so we can make money off of you every year. How do you treat it? Yeah, you put it down. There is no treatment for it. So, it's an anemia. Now, if you had one of those that was positive, the feds would be on your doorstep urging you to put it down. You do not have to put that horse down if you don't want to. But if you don't put it down, then it has to stay inside a mosquito netting for the rest of its life, and it has to be at least 500 feet away from any other horses. There are, and I never had a client who wanted to go that in depth to try to keep their horse going. I've never had a positive one, so I guess I can't speak to that. But I've heard there is a farm in Texas and one in Florida, that's set up, to take care of those horses. So
when we return, you're going to learn more about the beautiful trails of Hillsdale Lake near Paola, Kansas. Stay with us and watch Best of America by horseback. Now I want to introduce y'all to someone real quick. Rex Medlin over there. Where's Rex? Here's Rex, right here. I had the pleasure of visiting with Rex a few minutes ago, got to meet him. It takes an army to get things done, and we kind of pass things along throughout the years. Rex and a lot of his friends are responsible for putting in the tins, the the water, the flagpole, a lot of the work that was done here originally. He and the Good Neighbor Trail Rider group were in here years ago and helped out with a lot of the stuff, or did a lot of the stuff that's here. And then it's great that others, you know, tag team on and bring things forward. But this is Rex's wife's headstone up here. She passed from cancer in 2002, correct?
Yeah.
And so in honor of her, the headstone is here. That's great history, and we appreciate everything that you guys have done. Our group of riders had the good pleasure of having Farley and Kayla Ratzliff, who own S&S Stables and whose property borders the lake trails, guide us for the weekend. We had an opportunity to visit with them about this event. Guys, we have been so appreciative of the fact that you took time to help us this weekend with this event. Spent your time leading us on the trails, helping us out with all of our event stuff. Means a lot to us because we know you're busy. Talk just briefly about your business and how it relates to this place.
Well, we are S&S Stables, and we do guided trail rides mainly for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Heritage Girls, church groups, but it's mainly Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. They can come camp with us and ride the horses through the trails here at Hillsdale State Park is where we take them. And so we can give them an experience that a lot of kids never get the chance to do, and that's to ride a horse.
Also teach them with their badge programs and stuff like that as well. So they kind of learn a little bit of safety and things around the horses as well.
Yeah. So, Kayla, what are some of the comments that you hear from these kids once they have had the opportunity to ride these beautiful trails here at this location?
Well, a lot of them, they're just in awe of the lake. As soon as we pull out and they can see the lake, everybody is, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And they love the trails. They love the fact they can get out in the middle of the trails, and they just have a great time.
There's a lot of things that have been upgraded and fixed up recently. Farley, you guys are in and out of here constantly. What's it been like seeing the improvements that have taken place over the past month or 6 weeks? Or
Oh, I think it's absolutely wonderful. We've got a new bathroom over here now that is not just a hole in the ground, it's actual facilities, and we're getting some new pens put in for the park as well that our group has all had a participation of getting that done, and it's just I don't know what else to say other than I think it's wonderful. We've had a good bunch of people we've been getting people out on the trails, helping clean them, mow them, and just to try and make them the nice riding trails that they are.
Well, I have to say, Siobhan, I've been very impressed with your program at S&S. You guys have a great hand, not only in your own business, but what you do here at the park is amazing, and we're honored to get to spend this time with you guys, and you're doing a super job with the park, with your business, most of all with those kids.
Well, thank you.
Work.
Thank
you for what you do.
Well, thank you very much. That's why we do it.
Thanks for giving us the honor of being on your program.
Yes.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
So.
Yep. All right. We want to thank you for watching this episode of Best of America by Horseback here at Hillsdale Lake in the Saddle Ridge Campground. The Kansas Parks Department and the Backcountry Horsemen and other volunteers have done a lot of work to make the park and the trails first class. Siobhan, what was your favorite part of the weekend?
Visiting with friends and making new ones.
Yeah.
Always is.
This was a terrific bunch of folks that we had with us this weekend. A lot of fun, and we hope to see them again. We'd love to have you come and join us on one of our events. You can find out where we're going to be by looking at our website, which is
www.bestofamericabyhorseback.com, or you can call us at 620-433-1819.
That's right. We'd love to have you come and join us. Until then, always ride the high trail.